The comedian sang England's football anthem alongside fellow entertainer David Baddiel at the Royal Albert Hall last Thursday evening for the Royal Variety performance, which is set to be televised on December 20th. However, Mr. Skinner has now said both Prince Edward and his wife, Sophie Wessex, didn't hesitate to tell him they didn't enjoy his performance after exchanging pleasantries backstage. Mr. Skinner recounted the conversation on his weekend Absolute radio show, called The Frank Skinner Show, and said he had arrived at rehearsals for the Royal Variety performance feeling unwell. He said, "I was gradually getting more ill, and more ill, as the day went on. I was struggling. We were singing Three Lions. So I croaked my way through the dress rehearsal. And then, on the night, we did the show. I made Dave sound like Mario Lanza on the night. It actually hurt to sing it. 4 minutes of hurt never stopped me singing. I was in physical pain." After the performance, Mr. Skinner said that he met with both Prince Edward and Sophie Wessex, and said, "Sophie led the way, bearing in mind I'd had a really hard day and I battled on like a trooper. So she comes up and she says, 'Well, don't give up your day job.' I thought this is not how the royal walk thing works. And we honestly said, 'Pardon? It's supposed to be just banal compliments.'" Frank Skinner has said Sophie Wessex criticized his singing and the pair had an awkward exchange. Image, Getty Images. Sophie Wessex allegedly said to the comedian, "Well, don't give up your day job." Image, Getty Images. It seems the conversation continued to take a dive from there. Mr. Skinner recalled, "I said, 'Was it that bad?' And she said, 'Well, I could tell, it's not what you do.' And I said, well, normally we're like comics.' She said, 'Yeah, but you're on screen, aren't you? You're not used to a live crowd.' I said, 'Well, we've done a bit of live stuff, stand-up and stuff.' But she's sticking with it and she said, 'Yeah, but you haven't done anywhere the size of this.' I said, 'Look, I did the Palladium last Sunday.' She looked at me like, 'You're not supposed to be arguing. I don't think you're supposed to be arguing with me, you're supposed to just nod.' It was like a really awkward thing." Read more. Prince Harry hits back over claim he spoke ill of British public. Comedian Frank Skinner sang England's football anthem at the Royal Variety performance last week. Image, Getty Images. Frankie Skinner said Prince Edward also criticized his performance. Image, Getty Images. Mr. Skinner also said Prince Edward came up to him and Mr. Baddiel to criticize their performance. However, the comedian could not recall the royals' exact wording, but he remembers sarcastically replying to the commentary by saying, "That's a good review." Mr. Skinner said, "The first thing he said to me, I said, 'Oh, that's a good review,' because that was also quite a negative thing about our performance, but I can't remember what it was." The comedian also revealed that bizarrely, Prince Edward went on to tell him that a lot of people think he is Charlie's son, not his brother. Don't miss, Kate and William use code names when traveling. Report jewelry in the crown is a clear visual of Diana's royal position. Insight, Kate to level up Christmas style as she stepped closer to be queen. Revealed, the comedian said he remembered thinking, "This is not how the royal walk thing works." Image, Getty Images. Mr. Skinner said he thinks both Prince Edward and Sophie Wessex have been forced to take on a more senior and active within the royal family. This may be because of the deaths of Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip, plus both Prince Andrew and Prince Harry no longer have active roles within the family. The comedian said, "I think what's happened is they don't really do this stuff much, and they've, the royals, been reduced in numbers for various reasons, and so they've been pulled out to do this, and it's a bit of a skill just talking to someone for 10 minutes and not upsetting them." Mr. Skinner also recalled the awkwardness it was with Prince Edward and added, "There was a bit where it just died. The conversation, it never happens with the royals, it just like died. There was a moment where it was probably 3 seconds, but it felt like 10 minutes. He said, 'So, things are well?' And I thought, no. Come on. And in the end I started to think I wanted to put my arm round him a bit. I think it's tough.